Yo, what's good? This is the Talk What You Know podcast, man, where we talk what we know, not what we think, man. Hey, man, we here one more time, Atlanta, Georgia. It's Beyonce weekend.
Ooh.
Hey, man, we here, man. What's
Queen
good
B.
with everybody? What's good with everybody?
Y'all felt the traffic already? Because I damn sure did.
Man,
Yeah.
it's going to be berserk
I
out here,
seen
bro.
it. I drove through it. So
Bro, my shit said 3:30. I ain't get here till 3:45.
Yeah, man, Beyonce
All
bringing
right,
everybody.
I was moving.
Yeah,
All right down the street.
I was
yeah,
moving.
but it's a lot of money rolling through Atlanta right
Oh, it
now.
is.
But yeah, Beyonce is bringing everybody
And
and
y'all-
their mom out.
And they looking good with this silver on. The silver and the cowboy hats and the boots and all that. Y'all looking good. Now, I ain't gonna lie.
But look, Atlanta hit at the right time, though, if you really think about it.
Correct?
They
Right
hit at
time.
the right time because they hit at the time where the internet is very popular. Like, if New York would have maybe hit at the time where the internet was popular, it might be a different story, right? Because they was hitting. They brought it to it. They brought it to it first, right? But
Yeah.
it didn't really hit, like, when it came to Atlanta, it just took it off and, like, took it to a whole nother level.
It did.
Whole nother level.
Hell yeah, man. But hey, shout out to Beyonce. If you see this,
Shout out.
you know, we shouting you out, man. You know
Shout
what I
out to
mean? If you
Beyonce
don't
and Jay.
know, and everybody know,
Jay.
of course, you know. Oh yeah, shout out to Hove too, man. You know, we drinky drink. We here one more time. You know what I mean? We gonna say it every time. Drinky drink. You know what we drinking?
Drink.
Shout out to Aim High Fitness. You understand?
Shout out to
me?
Aim High
Shout
Fitness.
out to him, man.
Yes, sir. And,
Shout out
you know,
to Creative Souls.
Creative Soul in the building.
Creative
man.
Souls
Appreciate
in
the
the building.
support
Every week. They
every
showing the
time,
love,
man.
showing the
And they
love.
showing us the ropes. You know what I mean?
I'm missing that 8 on the wall now.
Oh yeah, I don't
what's
even
up
see the
now?
8. I don't see the
What's
8.
going on? Now, what's going on, Chris?
Because we about to start remodeling, goddamn. Hell yeah, man. We appreciate the support from everybody, man. I'm going to get that out the way, yo. We've been getting a lot of support, a lot of feedback.
Absolutely, man.
We appreciate that, you know what I
Appreciate
mean?
y'all.
For sure.
Keep
You
it
know what I
rolling
mean?
in, too.
Yeah, we're going to keep the content coming. We're going to keep everything coming. But, yo, what we're going to get into today, man, is who's leading who? You know what I mean? Who's leading who? It's a lot of, you know what I mean, talking dialogue around parenting, kids, what's being able to be done, what can't be done with all this, you know, gender swap, blase. So, you know what I mean? We're going to get into that. And, you know what I mean, 50-50 relationships, who leading who in relationships, men leading, women leading, you know, we're gonna dive into all that, you know what I mean?
I
But,
like
you know,
that. I like that. I
yeah,
like that.
man, but, you know, but go ahead, man, Smooth, you know what I mean? What's your thoughts on?
I think with who's leading who, which is a very interesting topic, it comes with the leadership of being a parent. And like I said before, everybody is learning how to be a parent. So that ain't something that you come in this world already knowing how to do.
Correct.
So, you know, I think with today's world, we growing, and not to judge anybody on how they raise their children or whatnot, but a lot of times we let the children lead too early, make early decisions that shouldn't be made. You know, that's something, because I think I read somewhere where it says your mind isn't fully developed, like the decision making, you know, isn't fully developed until you're 25
Yeah,
years
25.
of age.
Yeah, the brain not fully developed
So-
until you're 25.
I look at that and I think about that, and we letting kids make decisions at age 5. Like, they in the early stage. Like, why are we letting them make these type of decisions? You know, great example. You know, no disrespect, Dwayne Wade and, you know, his family. You know,
Yeah.
I look at that and, you know, that's an early decision to decide to make that decision. And, you know, no judgment on what decision. Your decision is your decision. You know, all respect. But at the same time, just taking that out of context, and you think about at what point, I mean, you ain't gonna never stop being a parent. So I get that. You ain't gonna never stop being a parent. They're 5, they're 6, they're 7, they're 8, they're 9, whatever, how they're young. So they looking for us, they looking at us for that leadership, they looking at us for them answers, you know, if they feel questionable about, you know, curious about who they are as a person and these things of that nature.
Correct.
They gonna come to us because we are the next thing that's been before them. Now I do got two daughters and one son, and they tend to act like they know everything.
Okay, Super Dad. Shout out to the Super
Especially
Dad.
now.
So they tend to act like they know everything right now, but at the end of the day, they still, even when they don't have it figured out, because most of the time they don't got it figured out, and they got to come to you because why? You got to pay for this, you got to pay for that, you got to take care of
Oh,
this,
yeah,
you
you
got to
the
make sure they
parent.
doing that. You the parent, so they understand that. So that's where the leadership comes in, that they shouldn't be making these decisions at this point.
So I got a question. So it seems like as a parent, I mean, I know you guys are parents, so it seems like you got to have a balance. Because I see a lot of times, I feel like a lot of parents are being their kid's friend.
Mm-hmm.
So like, how do you guys like maintain that balance? Because I mean, you know how it is being a kid. Like sometimes kids will take a inch and they'll turn into a mile. So how do y'all maintain that balance? You know, being a father, how do y'all do that?
I can say for me, man, like I mean, it's a different game in my case because I had her so young. You feel me? Like it's 17, bro. So nigga don't know what the hell they're doing. I don't know how to be no parent. You know what I mean? So it's pretty much like, you know, so your natural instinct is to be the friend. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's just like, you know what I mean? That's just first
Natural
of all, it's a
instinct,
girl.
right.
Now if I had a son,
Yeah.
it'll probably be completely different. I can be real because I always wanted a son.
How so?
So I already knew because with a son versus a daughter, you can parent them different. You know what I mean? Like with a boy, you know what I mean, I make him be a little bit more rough. It's a lot of things I can feel more comfortable saying to him versus to my daughter. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. So I think you got to treat a girl a little differently than you're gonna treat a son. Like I'm saying, we were talking about spanking whoopings earlier. Right. Now my daughter, I did it one time and felt horrible. If I whoop my son, I probably wouldn't even give a damn. You know what I mean? Like nigga, you gonna deal with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and that just is what it is. But man, I can say like just for me, like for now that she's staying with me. It's a whole different game because now I can't be buddy friend.
Right,
it's more now I got to tell you no, you can't do this.
Hell no.
These things and like nah, you ain't wearing this. Like matter of fact, just the other day we was about to go out to eat and she had on her little crop top and some shorts.
Not going.
I was like, nah, bro, like you gonna have to change that respectfully. She was mad, but it's like, look, you just got to do that, and them the little things, man. Like especially now with her living with me now, like I got to deal with that shit every day. You know what I mean? So now at this point, I'm going away from so much. You know, we still, of course, she tell me everything. I'm at a good point where it's being the balance now because yes, she tell me everything, but at the same time, you know what I mean? When it's time to be, you know, tell her what to do or what not to do, she still listen and still respect it. You know what I mean?
Right.
But at the beginning, of course, you know what I mean? I'm 18, 19. You know, I just want her to be cool with me, goddamn. So yeah, man. But I think keeping that balance at this point now, I think we got a good balance with everything.
Did you
man,
tell her? Did you tell her why? As far as when she
yeah, because you know, the way you present yourself is everything. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And also with me, you with me. So if people see you with me and I'm letting you dress like that, you know what I mean? Yeah. That's just a whole different game. And you know what I mean? Like I'm trying to instill in her now, like, you know, the way you present yourself is everything. Like if you wearing certain things revealing, you know what I mean, that type of stuff is gonna attract certain type of niggas, respectfully. Thanks. And you know what I mean, you know, and she a beautiful girl, like she growing up, you know what I mean, like it's tough, bro. Like these are the days that I dreaded. You feel me? Like she at that age now where she growing, you know what I mean, all those things. She feeling herself. She in 9th grade,
right? And
it's like, you know what I mean, like the same way I was in 9th grade. Start feeling myself. Start looking at girls. Ready. I'm trying certain shit. So, bro, it's a different game right now, bro. Like it's a completely different game, man. But I'm happy with the space we at, though, bro. For real. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So with you, Darren, I mean, I know you got a girl and a boy. So like, how's that dynamic like a little bit different as far as with your girls and with your little boy?
Well, I got your like you said, girls, 2 girls, 1 boy.
Right.
The dynamics of the difference. I'll say with my son, of course. I don't know. It's always that, because I think about with my father, how my feelings was, you know, far as with my father, it was, I mean, I knew my father loved me. I knew that for a fact. But it was never like like I think like he's saying like how I was treated. It was never treated as a female.
Right.
And I don't want to be treated like a female, but at the same time, like
it was that tough love.
It was most certainly not that I couldn't get a hug or nothing, but at the same time, you know, it's just you can see I treat my son a little different. You know, I you know, hold his head or something, kiss his head, you know, and tell him I love him every day, shit like that, you know. So I'll say. But even with that, it's still different because the girls get over. He don't try to get over.
Okay.
You know, the girls, they try to press their luck and they try to get over. And I mean, they girls, so you know, for the most part, I put my foot down, but for the most part, they definitely, you know, try to push the limit.
Cause I mean, I know, like growing up, like a lot of times with our parents, like we was in that era where, you know, we were scared of our parents. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they instill fear.
So like. With the dynamic now, like how are y'all going into that, like just with fatherhood in general? Like are y'all going into like okay, we want them to be scared of me, or is it like, okay, we want to have a great relationship where they can tell me anything?
No, I mean, at this point, for me, it's way too late at this point.
Right,
Goddamn.
right.
You know what I
Like,
mean?
right,
I done
right.
played it this
Yeah.
year, and that's what I'm saying. Like, and that's the thing about, you know what I mean, having kids early, you know what I mean?
Right.
And when you ain't ready, you know what I mean? Like, when you ain't ready, you don't know what you're doing versus when my mom and dad had me, they was like in their 30s.
Right.
They
Right.
was ready, had the house, they was married.
Right.
So
Had the
we
foundation
prepared
already.
to be
Yeah.
parents, so we
Right.
gonna do it this way. And they way older than me.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's just that certain respect. But, you know, me and my daughter, we about 15, 17 years apart.
Yeah.
You know, like, I'm into the same shit she into.
Correct.
So, you know what I mean?
Low key though,
It's a
low key
different
though.
game. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a different game. So, I don't never want her to be afraid of me. You know what I mean? But what I really want is the respect. The respect is the most important thing. You know what I mean? Like, and I think, you know, I got that with her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't want her to be afraid. Oh, my daddy gonna do this, but she know, oh, my daddy ain't gonna let me do that.
Right.
My daddy ain't gonna let me do that. You know what I mean? But not in a fearful way. Just, you know, I already just know what it is. What
I
it is.
know what the expectations.
Hell yeah,
expectations
hell
type
yeah,
thing. Okay.
hell yeah, hell yeah.
I'll say definitely with my kids, with my son, he definitely. And I only whooped him one time in his life ever, just one time, and I ain't whooped him since.
How
then.
made you feel when you whooped him?
At first, you got the macho because you get that from your parents,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
you got
yeah,
the
yeah,
macho
yeah.
feel. But afterwards, it's like I never whooped him again.
Yeah,
I
it's
never
gonna
whooped
hurt
him
me
again.
more than it's gonna hurt you. It's a
Because
real quote.
Because it was a situational why I came down there to whoop his ass, and I was like, why am I coming down here to whoop your ass? You know, so I felt like that with him. My daughter, I never whooped her ass before. You know, I done maybe gave her a little pinch or something like
Yeah.
that, but
A little thump, maybe
yeah,
something like
yeah,
that.
yeah. I ain't never whooped her ass. Then my youngest, she ain't, you know. So, but I don't whoop my kids. But at the same time, I think it's like you said, it's about that respect. They ain't gonna they not gonna do what I don't say, if that makes sense. You know, so they'll push their luck and do certain shit. But if you ask them not to do nothing, sit your ass down, you know, go over there, chill out.
Yeah.
You know. Some of them push the luck. The girls will, but they ain't disrespecting pushing the luck. If they
Correct.
do, they step out of line. They know what time it is.
Right.
You know, we handle it from there.
So how do you keep that balance? Because I mean I feel like when I was growing up, like my mama kept it at a 10. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
like,
some
so
parents
when
like
she
that.
when she went overboard at any given moment. So like how are y'all allowing yourself to like keep that balance to where you know I can talk to them and instill in them what I'm trying to get. I'm trying to get my point across, but not to where I'm trying to embarrass them. Because you know when we was young, our parents didn't give a damn about
Hell
that.
no.
So
Yeah.
how do y'all maintain that balance, bro?
I just think it's all pretty much like, bro, it's you learn as you go, bro.
Right.
Like to be three with you, bro.
Facts.
Like it's not like
Facts.
I don't got this shit down pat. To be three with you, like,
Facts.
bro, it's just like you learn as you go.
No
like
blueprint.
as they get older, like saying like my daughter now, she's 14, she about to be 15.
Okay.
That's way different than Smooth daughter who about 8, 9.
Yeah.
Like he ain't dealing with the shit I'm
Correct.
dealing with. You
So it's
feel
like
me?
trial and error
Like,
type.
bro,
Correct.
yeah, pretty much it's trial and
Yeah.
error, but at the same time, it's like, you know, with me, it's just the way I am personally. Like her mom a little bit different. She gonna cuss her ass out.
Yeah.
I ain't like that.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like, you know, so she got a good view of both ends. You
right.
know what I mean? So like, I may be a little bit light. Her mom a little bit harder. You
Right.
know what I
Right.
mean? So she got a good balance of that, man. So for me, I just think like, you know, when it come down to disciplining her and just telling her what to do and stuff like that, it's just having a conversation at this point. You know, it ain't about whooping her or no shit like that. You know what I mean? It's all about conversation and her feeling comfortable enough to be honest with me and tell me what she really dealing with.
Right.
And then I can give her my experience, all the stuff I done been through and trying to just on her and give her advice. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And pretty much I'm at a point just trying to lead her and guide her into the right directions. Because at this point, she know right from wrong.
Right.
It's just what the hell you gonna do.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so yeah, man, I'm just trying to guide her the right goddamn way, goddamn.
I think with me, and it's like he said it pretty clear, but like it ain't really a blueprint to it. I would say the biggest thing that I want to teach all three of mine is integrity. You know, that's the one thing you teach your kids, integrity. They're gonna make their own decisions, but when it comes to moral principles and things of that nature, when it comes down to that, you know, I want them making what makes sense to them, you know, and I can't tell them what makes sense to them, but we like to say we know right from wrong, but what we think is right might not be right.
Right.
You know, so
Yeah,
it's all
perspective is everything.
So,
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts.
I like to just teach them integrity, you know, basically about like my child, my daughter, you know, say for instance, she talking and she tells me something that somebody else done said in front of her, you know, and I'm like, and she says it out loud, and I'm like, you know, don't say that, you know.
Right.
I understand, you know, they might have said something, but it's like, no, we not gonna be picky like that. They didn't say it for you to say it to me, you know. Just chill out.
Yeah,
I
chill out.
understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. You know, and then, you know, gotta explain to them, you know, far as we don't wanna be messy, you know,
Right.
don't wanna be messy, don't wanna create tension between people. So it's best to stay out of people's business.
Stay out of people's business.
So, you know,
Yeah.
giving them
Absolutely.
that teaching perspective,
Yeah.
but just integrity, man.
Definitely,
So-
man.
So throughout this whole process of just being fathers and just being their leaders, like, did you guys take stuff from like your parents, or did you guys just like, okay, well, I'm just do a clean slate and I'm just gonna go into it and just figure it out? Like, how did y'all guys approach this situation?
I feel like with me, like I took things from them, you know what I mean, but I ain't
Yeah.
take everything. You feel me?
Right,
like I
right.
feel like my parents did a great job. You know what I mean? Like
absolutely.
I was blessed enough, and you know that's why I stress. You know what I mean? It's a different day. It's modern world. You know what I mean? But like it's good to have both mom and dad in the house.
Absolutely,
You understand me?
bro.
Because like
Absolutely.
because like with my daughter, she ain't have me and her mom in the house. We damn high. We in high school, so
Yeah, high school,
she's
yeah.
shifting. You know what I mean? So her experience is different than mine.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I think, you know what I mean, bro. I think I just had a brain fart, bro. What was the question again?
So the question is, like, with your parents, like, you know, our
Did it
parents-
take stuff from my parents? Okay, I'm back with
Right.
you. I'm back with you. Yeah, like I feel like my mom is gentle, very gentle,
super gentle? Okay.
very gentle, like the nicest woman in the world. Like, and but at the same time, if we messed up, she would let us know we messed
Yeah,
up. You know what I
yeah.
mean? She a very responsible person. You know what I mean? And my dad is the more like, I ain't going for it. You know what I mean? This right, this ain't right, this wrong. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So I think I just took some stuff from him, but at the same time, me naturally, I'm not a mean person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, you know, I'm way the more like the most softer parent versus her mom.
Right.
A little bit harder. So being that she like that, I don't got to worry about being so hard on that
Right.
like that. So yeah, I took some things from him, you know what I mean, but not everything. You feel me?
I think it's, you know, and it's so interesting and crazy that, you know, we don't even know that sometimes we are spitting images of our
We
parents.
are.
though.
We
You
are.
know,
We are.
We are. That's a fact.
Maybe to the 10th power sometimes. Like, we don't even understand
Without
that.
understanding.
So I think it's really humility that you really got to have, you know, in order to come into anything in life, especially with your children, because we tend to want them to do certain things that we ain't even do. You know, we holding them to a standard that we didn't even hold ourselves to at that
Correct.
time. So
Yeah.
Correct.
it's like we make it harder on them, you know, and make them feel bad, like, and then they grow up to be scared to make mistakes, be scared to live, you know, and things of that nature, because that repetitiveness of just getting badgered.
Correct. Yeah.
badgered.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, with my parents, you know, I definitely, I think I take after their piece of their personalities, not really from a teaching standpoint with teaching my kids, because
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say it's totally different, but we do a lot of different
Do
things
in
in
different ways.
raising my children and how they raise me.
I'm about to say, you look just like your pops for sure.
That's a
you
fact.
look
You
like
ain't
your
your
pops for
brother.
sure.
You ain't your brother.
You
They're
look like your pops
twins.
for sure.
So, you know, I think it's when it comes to the personalities that I piece from them. You know, my dad, he don't really he's quiet. He don't you know necessarily say things. Far as my mom, she definitely gonna vert her mind. You
Very
know, she
vocal.
gonna
Yes.
vocal.
Very vocal.
Yes.
She gonna
Yeah.
say what the
Yes.
hell's on her
That's
mind.
true.
Big Joe for sure.
Yes.
How it feel.
Yes.
You know, she gonna tell you.
Any
Factual.
given time.
You know,
Clear.
so I definitely take pieces of both of them with it.
Yeah.
But when it comes to raising my children, I try to, because sometimes, man, we gotta forget what we was taught.
Nah,
Oh,
we do.
yeah.
We
do.
gotta
That's
forget
very
what we was
important.
taught.
That's very important.
Yes, sir.
You know,
Yes,
and
sir.
I tend to try to do that sometimes. I find myself fussing at them sometimes, and I ask myself, why, you know, you gotta calm down. You know, you gotta chill out. You gotta do these things.
Yeah.
You gotta bag it off. You know, she's only 9. She's only 2.
Right. She don't understand.
Yeah, he's only 11. You know, they don't even understand.
Yep.
So I find myself doing shit like that. So just really, the personality is what I take from them.
Hell yeah.
Teaching, I try to do a little different.
So what's the different dynamic? Because I know when we grow up, like me personally, I was scared of my mama personally. You know what I'm saying? So like, what's the dynamic now of like raising a child? Is it like, okay, I'm gonna instill in them like, if you do something, you scared of me, or is it on some stuff like, okay, well, I want you to be able to come to me about any and everything. I don't want you to be scared of me. I want to be your best friend. I want you to be an open book when it comes to me.
Yeah, I think that's like you're saying. The second thing you said is pretty much at this point, and this how most parents pretty much handling it at this point.
Right.
It ain't so much about fear and stuff like that. It's more about just letting you having the space for your kid to be open with you and tell you
Right.
things like that, because
Absolutely.
that's really the best way, bro. Like
Absolutely.
end of the day, whoopings is how we got down. That's some shit that go from way back in the day when
Yeah.
it comes down to whoopings and stuff like that. But it's like at the end of the day, like sometimes with them whoopings is one thing, but it's like it probably would have worked better if you would have asked me why I did this and we had a full blown conversation
Right.
versus coming in, whooping my ass and leaving.
And they probably gonna do it again.
Right.
Exactly,
Because
because
beating that ass is traumatizing.
yeah, it's traumatizing, but
is.
it's like. But at a certain age, you whoop me and it's like it don't hurt no more. You know what I mean? It's just like, so what? You know what I mean? We need to talk. We need to have that conversation.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I can say, you know what I mean, just as a parent now, you really don't get it until you're a parent.
Right.
So I think, as you get older, you know what I mean, you learn to understand that your parents did the best they could do, bro.
They did,
you know what I mean?
bro.
The same
They
way
did.
I'm doing.
They
You know what I
did.
mean? I'm doing the best I can do. You know what I
Right.
mean? And as you get older, you understand that you can't
Facts,
really
bro.
take it so personal with the way we were raised and things like that. Because at the end of the day, your parents did learn what they learned from their parents. You know what I mean?
Right.
And they go from there. You
Facts.
know what I mean? So like you're saying, with learning stuff and unlearning stuff, as you grow and you mature as a person, you understand those things, and you kind of let go of the things that your parents may have did that you didn't like and stuff like that, and you understand they did it from a place of, look, this the way I know, and this how I'm gonna
Right,
raise my
right.
kid, and that's pretty much it, man.
And that's the thing, bro. I feel like as a kid, like, when we younger, we think that our parents got everything figured out.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But as you get older, you like, shit, everybody's still figuring this
Hell
life shit out.
yeah,
Everybody's still figuring it out. You know what I'm
Correct.
saying?
it's a
So,
real thing that come with
so
growing, bro.
That's one thing that I definitely learned, like, as getting older. You know what I'm saying? Like, how we kind of have a grudge or so to speak of with our parents or how we were raised,
Yeah,
or
bro.
what they did or whatever the case may be. But shit, they still figuring that shit out too. Bro.
They was figuring
No
it
matter
out.
if they was 20, 30, whatever, they still figuring
They was
shit out.
figuring it out at
You know
that
what I'm
time.
saying?
I feel like we all move like we've been in a position forever.
Facts, though. Nah,
we
real
moving
shit.
up in the next position, and we'll
Yeah.
be talking to somebody like, nigga, I've been here. I'm 60 years old.
Yep.
Hey, I'm 60 motherfucking years old. You can't
Yeah.
tell me a damn thing.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Hey, age don't equal maturity.
It sure don't, bro. That's all in the mind right there,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
And speaking of,
That's facts.
and also like the kind of diverge from parenting when it comes down to relationships, who's leading who. What y'all think about? It's a big conversation around like 50-50 household type stuff. You know what I mean? Ideally, do y'all agree with the 50-50 mindset? Do you feel like the man should take care of everything? You know what I mean?
Hey,
What you think?
Hey, this is how I feel. I mean, I feel like you gotta get in where you fit in, man. I
Correct.
feel you gotta get in where you fit in. At the end of the day, this is how I view the things. Like, any lifestyle that a girl want, I look at your lifestyle before me.
Right.
If your lifestyle before me was that, then okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
If you was providing yourself with all of that, cool.
Okay.
But don't just come to me and just expect to get
Expect the whole world.
Birkins and Louis and all this other stuff, and then you can't even provide that for yourself.
Okay,
Like
okay.
that don't make sense to me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That
Okay.
don't make sense to me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, you got to get in where you fit in, man. Like at the end of the day, if I got an apartment or a house or whatever, and you want to stay in, like, I mean, I feel like you got to put in some type of work. I mean,
Correct.
a girl with no hustle, you just a bill.
Damn, facts are facts. Facts are facts.
You just a bill.
That's a fact.
And I got enough of them.
Yeah. Plenty.
I got enough of them, so I don't need another one.
Plenty.
I think it's like I said earlier with the children and trying to be a parent. It's the same thing with relationships. Sometimes we gotta erase what we think we know and what we think it should be.
Correct.
And go in and create your own dynamic. You it don't have to be 50-50. Maybe it is 50-50.
Right.
Maybe it's 70-30, 60, 40, whatever it is.
Right.
That's your dynamic for your relationship. So you create that with the person that you coming into it with. But the biggest thing is the open communication of saying, hey, I want this, I
Right.
want this, what do you think about this in the bin, but don't break type of relationship. So,
Absolutely.
um,
Absolutely.
I think those are the important factors, if you're talking about coming in, because we like I say, we tend to move in situations as if we've been here before,
Right.
and if
We
it's,
haven't,
we
yeah,
got
yeah.
so much knowledge and so much time in this position, and we don't.
Absolutely.
Only position we got in is the jobs that we work.
Nah,
in.
Absolutely,
facts.
absolutely. And with that, you got to be real. You know what I'm saying? With the 50-50 stuff, it's like I feel like as a man, you know what I mean, we're taught that, look, the man's supposed to take care of everything. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. But at the end of the day, you know, you got to be real about where you at that time. Maybe you at some point you want to work, you know what I mean, be able to take care of everything, but you ain't there right now. You got to be able to relay that to your girl so she know what time it is. It's a lot of niggas who think they're ready for that type of lifestyle and they mess up. And now, when it's time to ask the girl for something, she looking like, nigga, what you talking about? Because, nigga, you told me you going to take care of everything.
Right.
You know what I mean? And niggas signed up for that lifestyle a little bit too early, and they get in the hole, and now they looking at the girl with their hand out.
Right.
Bro, you should have known you was not ready, bro.
Should have known that you weren't ready. And this one thing too though, like at the end of the day, bro, like what I try to tell all my homeboys and all my little cousins and stuff like this, like at the end of the day, if you can't provide a girl with a lifestyle that she want, that's okay, bro.
Yep, stay out the way.
Just go find a girl that want that lifestyle.
Yes.
It's okay, bro.
Stay
it
out
is
of
okay,
Target.
bro. Like,
Stay out of Target.
I'm not gonna bash a girl that want a Birkin. If you want a Birkin, go holler at Diddy.
Correct.
You not
Go where you supposed to go. I
You
ain't
not
ready
Mr.
for that
Jones,
yet.
That's okay.
That's
It's
fine.
okay. I ain't gotta bash you. I ain't gotta throw you up on the book. I ain't gotta do none of that.
Absolutely.
Just go ahead and get out my way.
Go ahead and
They
go.
want
You,
Get out my way,
you ain't the one for me.
because you not
They
for
want
me.
that Birkin though.
You not for me.
Huh?
They want that Birkin
That
though.
Birkin, I'm not saying for that. I'm not doing it.
I ain't ready for the
I'm
Birkin.
not doing it at all. I'm not doing it at all.
I ain't ready for
You know
the
what I'm saying?
Birkin.
But yeah, but like for on a serious note though, fellas, like you know what I'm saying. If a girl come in and you know that she want X, Y, and Z, and you know you can't provide that, hey, bro, move out her way.
Hey, be that.
Move out her way.
Don't be too
Somebody else
prideful.
gonna provide that for her, and you not, and that's cool.
Yep.
I mean, and you gotta understand that the world is evolving anyway. So everything that we look at, we trying to go off of past experiences, and the world ain't built the same that it was when it first came in. So
Absolutely.
it's an evolving world, so you gotta change with it. And the biggest thing about change is learning how to adapt. And we, you know, I don't think we adapting. And you know, like you saying, you know, the expectations of what we think we should deserve, you know, go get that yourself. If you can get that for yourself, then you don't have to worry about my man's getting it for you.
Right.
You don't have to worry about my girl getting it for you. You know, if you can get these things yourself because you feeling that void, you don't need nobody. You need real love.
Real love.
You know, and that's when you know it's real and fake.
But
Right.
I'm gonna tell you what I'm confused about. Like, women out here, begging for equal pay and equal rights and all sort of stuff just for a man to take care of them. Like, what's up with that?
Oh man, that's a real broad
I feel
conversation.
like they already getting the bread though, especially our
that's a
black
real
women.
broad
Nah, they getting the bread. So you getting the bread just for me to take care of you? You making the same amount I'm making.
Yeah,
So why
but-
we can't spoil each other? What's wrong with that?
Who saying this though? Is it the ones? Is it the motherfucker that's in the hood that's
More in
stand?
the
Hey,
sports,
but-
maybe
hey,
in sports,
I'm
you know,
not-
WNBA and
I'm
shit
not.
like
I'm
that.
not gonna lie. It's all the women with nothing that expect that they supposed to get everything.
Man.
From my experience. What about y'all?
Hey, I can't really be mad at that statement, bro. I
It's
done
the
seen
women
a
with
lot of
nothing
bums
that
out here
expect
expecting the
everything.
world.
Like, this is the thing, man. Like, listen, women, I understand y'all fine, y'all pretty, y'all look good, and I'm looking.
I'm
I'm looking. I'm looking.
looking.
But I'm gonna be honest. Just because you fine don't mean that you deserve the world.
I'm
You gotta have
looking.
some hustle about you, because if you don't got no hustle about you, you just a bill.
Yep.
This ain't for everybody too. Now, it's a separate.
Nah, for sure,
Yeah,
for
you
sure,
know, we gonna
for sure.
separate the women because. And I know he said women, but it ain't the just one group. You know,
Nah, it's
so
not. It's not. It's not.
Some of you sisters, you hold it down.
Yeah,
you know?
y'all
y'all
running.
hold
Y'all
it down.
running.
That-
And we
that's
see
right.
you, and we like you.
And,
Yeah.
and I like you, and I want you.
And we want you.
You need to
Either
have
way
the
or the hard
qualities.
way.
You gotta have the
sure.
qualities. You gotta have the qualities. You can
sure.
be fine this day, and we're gonna look at you all day, but at some point, that's where it's gonna stop. You need to have them kind of qualities, them wifey qualities that make me say,
Gotta have
"Oh, okay, now I don't mind buying her that Birkin." You feel me?
You trying to go to Maggiano's?
Yeah.
You trying to go to Noble? What's up?
You're trying to
Yeah.
go to Noble.
Yeah, you fine, but you gotta have some substance.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I think, but yeah, overall, man, you know, leadership is a very important thing when it comes down to just, you know, life in general. You know what I mean? We got leaders who we pay attention to even to this day. You know, it's idols that we look to, and, you know, we look to them for guidance and stuff like that. So, and when it comes down to parenting, that's a very, one of the most important things, you know what I mean, in life as we
Gotta
live
be a
this
leader.
life. You know what I mean, as a cycle. So, you
Super
know,
bands, baby.
being a leader is one thing, but how you lead is very important. You know what I mean? Are you
Right.
instilling the right values, the right things? You know what I mean? Because some people follow everything. There's cults out here following crazy shit. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, I'm telling
you know what I mean? How you lead is very important. And you know,
And you know, there's nothing wrong with taking examples or advice around your environment. You know, now the right advice and the right things around your environment. Now, if you around shitty people, then no, don't take advice from them. But you know, believe it or not, I took advice around being around your environment, how to raise my children. You know, so
Yeah.
the different people that I see, I'm not afraid to say I don't know it.
yeah.
I don't know it, and I see certain things. I'm like, well, you know, I want mine to relate to me like this, that, and the third. You know, maybe I wouldn't do that, but that's fine. I
From
get
it.
the experience
Yeah,
of what's going on
experience,
between.
yeah.
So,
Experience.
you know, I like seeing stuff like that, and I think we're afraid to be open to see things of that nature, and we around shitty people.
I mean, I think it's important as a black male to be around guys that you can learn from. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? I mean, I be on y'all guys' Instagram just looking at just how y'all raise y'all kids, and like just for me, just to instill into myself for when I have kids. You
Absolutely.
know, how y'all raise y'all kids, what y'all tell y'all kids, different things like that. You know, I look at that as inspiration. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I think it's very important as a black male, man, just having a good group of guys around you that you can learn from. Because if you can't learn from them, what the hell are they around you for?
They ain't around you for no reason, pretty much at that point. And I think, bro, that's a perfect way to wrap this shit up, bit, bro. Like, you know what I mean? I think you said it all in that one thing right there, man. And from there, you know what I mean? This is talk what you know,
Talk what you know,
not what you think.
not
Episode
what you think. Hey,
Episode
I
4.
want this motherfucking Blick.
Drink your drink.
Damn.
Beyonce.
Hey.
Yeah.
Shout out to Beyonce.
Shout out to Beyonce.
Hey, Beyonce,
Beehive.
you got 85 flooded.
Oh my God.
Hey, they out there though for real.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Creative Soul, man.
I can't spend $450.
And we gone.